So the place I've selected for this evening, my trial, is actually a spot on the river. So I've got a space between that tree and this tree, which is absolutely perfect. I cleared the weeds away from the bottom here. But the next thing I'm going to do is fit my wildlife camera, because I thought it might be quite funny in case we actually see some wild animals when I'm in the hammock. So I'm going to set it up overnight and see if anything comes inquiring, because the banks of the river are teeming with foxes and badgers and boar. So it could be quite interesting. I don't think I'll be awake for it. I'll be snoring my head off and they won't come anywhere near probably, but I thought I'd give it a bash. So I'm going to rig up the hammock now. I've only done it once, so didn't bring my normal glasses either, so I'm going to be in shades. It's going to be quite tricky because it is just beginning to get dark. I've also noticed that there's a house about 100 meters away through the trees over that way, so I don't really want to be too noisy about it. I doubt if there's anyone actually living in it, but yeah, don't really want to be in someone's garden. Don't think I am, but you never know. So we'll try and do it quickly and quietly. And the first things first, really, isn't it? It's a bit like Floyd. He could never really do anything without having a glass. Cheers. Well, that should be it rigged. Doesn't take long. It's just I'm using these big these, I don't know what they're called, those straps, but I'll get something a lot lighter and I'll go anywhere further than this. But 20 kilometers I can obviously, it's pack what I want really, hence the booze. I'm actually getting bitten to buggery and I didn't pack any bug stuff. I've got a mozzie mesh on the hammock, as you can see, but I don't really want to I don't want to be lying in that cocoon from whatever it is now, about 8:30 I suppose, until whenever I can get up in the morning. Glad I bought that though. Very nice. Anyway, I'm going to set myself up a bit more and I'll get back to you in a minute. Yeah, if you want to learn how to do things like that, I just looked online. But it's things like you have your head slightly lower than your feet, so you just put the straps one slightly lower than the other. And the other key thing is when you actually lie in the hammock, don't lie in it straight up and down, because you'll get a bad back, bad knees. If you can lie on it on a slight diagonal, you'll end up being much flatter. But yeah, if I'd been truly organised, I would have tried to winkle out a fish or two and actually try and eat something. But there's surprisingly little which is actually edible in the Ebro. There's zander, pike perch, the carp, yeah. Tiny little catfish would be good, but most of them are so vast because they grow up to, well, 7-8 feet long. Yeah, that's a big meal. It's a big meal. I'll probably wait until I'm tucked up in bed and then I'll do another little piece. and then hopefully it'll be in the morning and I'll be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Absolutely steaming hot, really, really, really humid, quite unpleasant. But I've got to start somewhere, haven't I? And I've got to say, I'm absolutely as excited as a schoolboy right now. Camping. Last time I camped was in Moab, in America, in the year 2000. So yeah, it's been a little while. This is not really camping either, is it? There's no tent, just a hammock with a mozzie mesh, mozzie net. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Do you see the size of the little thing it came in? Little bag. It was tiny. I was excited. Well, I'm in. It's so hot. I don't know how I'm going to sleep, but I'm in. This is what it looks like from inside. You can see I'm fairly flat. I can stretch right out. I'm going to just I've got a lightweight quilt thing with me, so it's an old sleeping bag that's just got single thickness. But yeah, I'm as snug as a bug in a rug. I actually feel quite like a bug in a rug actually. But this hammock thing was 10 quid. So yeah, it's good value for money, isn't it? But I'm actually incredibly comfortable. I thought it'd be too small because I'm quite big, but I'm still in my jersey. Bought some nice comfy shorts. But it is fantastically comfy, I must say. I've also left my wine out there, which was foolish. Never mind. I'm quite excited about the evening. It's quite beautiful. The sun's just on the way down. But if this is anything like the riverbank nearer us, the wildlife cam, which is just over that way, who knows, we might pick up all sorts of bits and bobs. I suspect the smell and the sounds will drive them away, but yeah, it'd be really nice if we catch a badger. Boar, don't really want a boar. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning then, eh? So we've got thunder and lightning. No rain, but I've got absolutely no rain gear. I've got nothing waterproof unless I can crawl inside my bikepacking bags. They're waterproof. I've got no tarp for the hammock. A little bit unprepared. It's not forecast. A little bit unprepared. Don't know if you can make me out, but well, made it. It's 6:30 in the morning. Interesting night. Hammock's excellent. Didn't even get any no-seeing bugs in, but you could hear them on the other side of the mesh next to my ears. But I didn't get bitten, as far as I know. That's the train that you can hear. They went through all night. Much louder at night. Not a drop of rain fell, which was fantastic. Yeah, I slept okay actually. Problem was that train. There's obviously a level crossing over there, and they must toot their horn as they go past. So that was about every hour and a half, I suppose. So not ideal. So note to self: don't stop near train lines again. But I think it's time now to pack up and get a coffee. That's the next thing on the list. Must bring some form of making coffee first thing. I think it will make a huge difference. That was a bit of a bonus. I just went for my morning constitutional, and there's an old apple orchard. Breakfast. Right, well, I've just got back and I want to repay a favour. The favour was a huge one, and it was done to me by a very nice man called Dan, and I can't leave this video without reviewing the bikepacking bags. And the reason why I can't do that is because there's no way I could have gone bikepacking without them. And well, it was such a strange story, really. I was, for a bit of a laugh, I was, as you know, actually, I've mentioned this story before, I was sort of semi-hassling Altura because I was getting lots of their blurb on Facebook. And I was sort of jokingly, every time they I saw one of their adverts, I mentioned socks. And eventually, after about 3 months, Alice, who I think must be in charge of their internet presence, said, haha, so you're after some socks, are you? And I said, oh, well, that would be delightful. And she put me in touch with Dan. And I believe Dan is a designer for their mountain bike apparel. And he said, oh, I hear you're after some socks. I'm sure we can sort you out with some. And he did. He sent me some merino socks, merino wool socks, which are amazing. And he sent me some Icon socks, which weirdly, and I don't understand how or why, seem to have sorted out my hot foot problem, which I used to get on long rides. It's very, very painful. I don't know if it's arthritic or nerves, or basically you just get an intensely painful ball of the foot after a few hours riding, and it stops as soon as you take the weight off the foot. But I haven't had it since I've been wearing the Icon socks. Yeah, it's just a really weird thing. I sort of kept chatting with Dan, and Dan seems a very nice chap. And he's actually sent me lots of things. He sent me bib shorts, and he sent me, well, most important to this particular video, he sent me these bikepacking bags. He sent me 3. He sent me this seat post bag, and he sent me the roll bar bag, and he also sent me the top tube bag, but because of the iWalk button, I can't fit a bag there. But I've just been on this bikepacking trip, care of Dan at Altura, because he sent me these things for free. He didn't even ask me to review them, but come on, if he's going to do me a favour of this size, the least I can do is review them. So, well, actually what I did is I looked up these bags on YouTube and see what other people have said about them, and there's surprisingly few reviews, and I don't know why. This seat post bag, firstly, doesn't it look cool? I've many years ago I've toured with panniers, and it just doesn't look cool. They're bigger, they're more practical in most respects, but somehow this just looks cool. I think it's because it's streamlined. Anyhow, let's carry on. The bag itself, it's huge. It's a remarkably large. It's a 17 litre, up to 17 litres in capacity. But when I saw other people's reviews, they seem to be of the old version, and there were a few complaints about it. But I can't find anything wrong with it. It's well, it's a seat post bag, and it's large. So it's got compression straps on the side. Somebody complained about, I don't know if you're going to be able to make this out. I'll see if I can get it in focus. Somebody complained about these hooks to hook it on over the saddle bars. I had as you know, I had a bottle of wine in there along with my hammock and some other bits and bobs. So probably a bit heavier than it's designed for. It was fine. There's absolutely no problem there. And I've also noticed that when they complained about these, it was on the previous edition years ago, and they've still got them on. And I think if there'd been a problem, they would have changed them by now. Anyway, it's all fairly obvious what it does. It's waterproof. It's 100% waterproof, according to the blurb. It didn't rain on me, so I don't know. But it's absolutely enormous. Can you see in there? It's surprising, I think, how much you could fit in. And it just rolls like a dry bag. It just rolls up and then clips in. And on the back, you've got 3 positions for a light, depending on how tightly you've rolled it. So you can actually make it smaller if you aren't carrying absolutely masses of stuff. I didn't have any problem with it. I did stand on the pedals and ride to see how much it wobbled. I couldn't see because I was facing the other way, but I didn't feel it wobble. But that's an excellent bag. Oh yes, I had my Crocs stuffed in under these straps. Not elegant, but it worked, so that was fine. Now the front, the roll bag, that's a curious thing. I'm not used to anything like this, so the first thing is that again, I watched a previous one and there were a few complaints about how it actually attaches to the bike. The straps that they used weren't very good. Well, now it's just Velcro straps, and it just well, it's easy, it's dead easy, and it stays on. It's incredibly easy to put on. There are these foam spacers. It's not quite enough. I think I'd probably prefer another one in there, because then you could actually put your hand on the tops there, which you can do, but it's sort of forcing your hand there. When you've got your hands on the hoods, obviously no problem at all. It doesn't get in the way of the kit that I've got on here at the moment. What else can I tell you? It's got these straps at the front, so you could put maybe a bedroll or something in there. Another bottle of wine. It's got a little waterproof zip thing in the front there, so if it does absolutely chuck down, you could put your phone in there. What else can I say? It works. Oh, I see. Yes, it's like a dry bag. It's waterproof again. It's like a dry bag, so it unrolls, and you just stuff as much stuff in there as you possibly can. This one is 5 litres. I don't think you'd want to go any bigger than this, personally, because I wouldn't want it to be in the way of when I'm actually riding. It's only your thumb on that side of things, I suppose, but even so, again, it's a great bit of kit. Waterproof. What else? Oh, it's got a little thing on there if you want to put an extra light on it. So it's easy to put on. It was quite a good feature. Oh, I did like the foam actually, to actually keep it away from your frame. But it does actually have these extra hooks on the back, so you can change where you attach it to the bike. Same with the you can't quite see, but there's other mounting points, so I've decided to have it here because it seems, if you wanted it closer in, there are mounting points there for these straps. But overall, again, it's a great bag. I can't see what else you'd want in a bar bag or in a seat post bag. They're just cool. Well, now that's done, it's long past time for me to have a shower. So look out for the next one, because I'm hoping to do something bigger. It's not going to be pootling up river and having a quick stop overnight. It's going to be, I don't know where I'm going to go. I think Aragon somewhere, middle of nowhere. Hopefully there'll be some trees for the hammock. But until then, thanks for watching.